Gratitude is the sign of noble souls. Aesop money is one of the ways we can turn the desires we have into the truth we live. Without sufficient money, or a real scarcity of it, existence can experience miserable. But when you have cash in your pocket, does the whole thing automatically get better? I think we all comprehend the answer. Money can't trade who we are. All it does is enlarge our actual natures. If you're imply and selfish, you have greater to be mean and egocentric with. If you're grateful and loving, you have more to respect and give. Take a moment and think lower back to the economic meltdown of 2008. Trillions of dollars of inventory and home values evaporated into thin air. Millions of jobs have been lost in a matter of months. What did you experience? How did it hit you? How did it affect your family? How about your friends? Some of us reacted with fear, some with anger, some with resignation, some with resolve. All these responses have been now not about money but about us. These occasions shined a light on what money surely capacity to us. What electricity we give it. Whether we let money control us, or whether or not we take manipulate of it. Your money or your life. One of the most powerful examples I recognize from that time is a gentleman named Adolf Merkel. In 2007 he used to be the 94th richest man in the world, and the richest man in Germany, with a net really worth of $12 billion. He owned the biggest pharmaceutical organization in Europe, and then he multiplied his empire into manufacturing and construction. He was proud of what he'd accomplished. He was additionally something of a speculator. In 2008 he decided to make a bet in the stock market. He was once so positive that Volkswagen was once going down, he determined to brief the company. Just one problem: Porsche made a cross to purchase Volkswagen, and the stock price shot up, no longer down. Almost overnight, Merkel lost almost $750 million on that single gamble. To make matters worse, he desperately needed some cash to pay off a big loan. But in 2008, banks weren't loaning cash to anyone, now not you, not me, no longer billionaires, not even different banks. So what did Merkel do? Search for new financing? Cut his expenses? Sell some groups at a loss? No. When he realized he'd misplaced a complete of $3 billion and used to be no longer the richest man in Germany, that he had failed his family, he wrote a suicide notice and walked in the front of a speeding train. That's right. He killed himself. In a tragic irony, his household located solely a few days later that the loans he sought had come through, and his agencies have been saved. Did Adolf Merkel die because of money? Or did he die because of what money meant to him? For Merkel, money was an identity. It was a source of significance. The loss of his status as the richest man in Germany used to be a whole lot to bear, and he felt like a failure even although there was nonetheless $9 billion left in his pocket. You may be thinking, what a waste. But it may be a little too handy for us to choose this man. How frequently have we connected our identity or our future prospects to cash at some level? Probably more than we'd all like to admit. The billionaire who wants to die broke. On the different hand, there are people like Chuck Feeney, an Irish-American from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and a self-made billionaire. Have you ever tried to get through an airport, anywhere in the world, and discovered yourself lured into a room full of bright bottles of liquor and perfume and other tax-free luxury items? Duty-free shopping, DFS. That's Chuck Feeney's idea. He started with nothing in 1960 and ended up with an income empire worth $7.5 billion. At one point, Forbes had listed him, like Merkel, as one of the richest guys in the world. But Feeney was so humble, you would never have known it. Most of his life, he didn't own an auto or a home. He flew teach and wore a plastic watch. Like Merkel,